right, Yvette asked me a very, very interesting question, something I haven't been asked before, and I'm going to answer it in such a way that's really going to piss her off. So here's the question. Yvette says, how many mentors should you have, and how often should you be in contact with them if you want to make $250,000 in revenue in 1 year? Okay, so that's the question. So I'm going to answer this in a way that's going to be utterly crap and you're going to hate. So let's just go through it just to set the scene. All right, so let's think about this. So 250K in revenue. Bigify, Bigify everything. So 250. So get your calculators out. Let's do some maths together. $250,000 in revenue. What is that per month, ladies and gentlegerms? Yeah, we're going to do a group tour for sourcing. That's what we're thinking of doing. Yeah. What is it in revenue? 250,000 per year is what per month? 250,000 divided by 12. Thank you. 20,000 and 833, I think is the correct answer. All right, so if that is the case, the first thing to recognize is this. To hit $250,000 a year, which is $20,000 a month, you will need in cash $20,000 to buy stock. All right, so that is the first thing for you to consider. If you want to get to $20,000 a month, you need $20,000 in cash to buy stock for your store. Otherwise, what the hell are you going to sell? Okay, so that's the first thing to consider. We'll get to everything else in a second, but that's something for you to consider. $20,000 a month, I reckon that is about 4 to 6 products, give or take, okay? In actual what you'll need in terms of numbers of products that you'd need to sell. And so that is around about, what's that, 4, which is 5,000. 5,000 to 6 into 20,000 is 3.3, I believe. Oops. So each product is going to make you around about $3,500 to $5,000 a month. So you'll need 4 to 6 products. So number one, you need money to make Amazon businesses work in terms of, if you want to get to $250,000 a year, $20,000 a month, you need stock to sell in your store. That's the first thing to consider, okay? Second thing to consider, you need products to sell. So if you haven't already got your products worked out, what the hell are you going to sell? That is your first point of call. That is your first mentoring you need. What the hell are you going to sell? It's very, very difficult to make sales if you don't know what the hell you're going to sell, okay? So start with that, Yvette. Indeed, anybody that's interested in making 250 grand a year, start with that. Mentoring, get some products organized, figure out what the hell you're going to sell. That's step one. I'd also say as well, now let's take it a little bit deeper. So $250,000, I reckon that's probably, based on what I do, about 80K in gross profit, okay? Hopefully you all know what gross profit means. So $250,000 of sales revenue on Amazon equates to around about $80,000 in gross profit. Of course, that's pre-tax profit, what we can think of as EBIT. But anyway, 80,000 pre-tax profit, okay? Now, let's get a little bit more interesting. So depending on who you are and what your relationship to money is, you may well need mentoring and coaching on your money psychology. Whenever somebody comes to me and they say, Neil, I want to make $1 million in my Amazon business. I want to personally make $1 million. My first question is, what's the most amount of money you've ever made in a year? Because more often than not, if you've never ever made more than say $100,000 in a year and you're shooting for $1 million, you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it because you are not emotionally ready to do it. Your psychology around money is not where it needs to be. If the most you've ever made is 100 grand and you're shooting for $1 million in a year, you need to get to work on your money psychology first and foremost. I see it heaps, and I see it often, well, for instance, with my consulting clients. Let's talk about that. So with my consulting clients, the deal I have with my consulting clients is I get a percentage of the sales for the business, okay, that I increase. So if a business comes to me, and let's just say they're at $1 million a year, just for ease of maths, and I increase their business to $5 million, then I get a percentage of that $4 million increase, okay? That's how I work for consulting. But I need to know that the owner of the business is prepared to allow their business to grow to that degree. Otherwise, and I've seen this heaps, they sabotage it so their business won't grow past what they are subconsciously set up to allow themselves to earn. I see this heaps all the time. So if you've got negative beliefs about being a millionaire, for instance, oh, millionaires are bad people, they do all sorts of nefarious shit, you just won't get there yourself. You won't allow yourself to get there yourself. So if you've got money issues around hitting $250,000 a year, you also need to clear those first as well. Otherwise, what will happen is you will sabotage yourself from hitting those targets. Not sure if that's the answer you want to hear, but that's been my experience. Money is a very contentious thing. If you are not emotionally ready to earn the money you want to earn, you will subconsciously sabotage yourself from making that money. And I see it heaps. I see it all the time. Now, I have personally, within the Aussie online entrepreneurs, shied away from discussing money psychology, and maybe that's a mistake on my part, but for a whole raft of different reasons, I've shied away from doing that. But I would say it's 50% of the game. Everybody loves strategy. Everybody wants to know strategy. What's the hacks? What's the loopholes? What's all that kind of crap? But if you aren't set up mentally to apply them, you won't apply them. You won't do what it takes. You've got to start with that. You've got to start with that. That's where that thing starts. So if you're not making the money you want to make, start with that. So there's two kinds of coaching then, Yvette, I guess I'm trying to say to you. Firstly, the foundations of your business have to be in place. To make 250 grand, 20 grand a month, you need the money to make that. Secondly, you need to know what the hell you're going to sell. Given that you got that in place, now you got to go look at yourself. What's your past relationship with money? Do you need to figure that shit out as well to allow yourself to make the money you want to make? Very, very important. Very, very important. Do I know any good books on money psychology? Holy shit. Not really, no. I actually don't. Freaking hell. I haven't read a really good book what's had everything encompassed in it. I've kind of gleaned my awareness from lots of different places. Let me give it some thought and see if I can think of something which kind of encapsulates a lot of stuff for you. Yeah, but don't get caught in the trap of reading books instead of working on yourself. Don't get caught in that trap. And it is a trap. It's very easy to read a book on money psychology and feel that you've worked on yourself. You haven't. You haven't. You only work on yourself when you're actually in your trenches of your emotions, working on yourself. Reading a book, it gives you tactics to utilize at the logical level, but money is an emotional issue. And for that shit, you've got to get into yourself. That's how you get into it, all right? So there's a big difference between that. Anyway, Hope that helps, Yvette. Not sure that it does. Anyway, I might do something on money for you guys again. But if I do something, it will be, we're in the trenches. We're frigging doing shit on working on your psychology around money. It's not me saying think positive about money. Money is not evil and that kind of crap. That's all bullshit. That doesn't help you. What helps you is figuring out what your personal blocks are and removing them so you can make money. That's what helps you, not some, thought process. Money's not about that. It's an emotional process. Anyway, whatever.
Hey, Neil here. Just before you go away, that was a question that I got asked on my regular Monday night Q&A session, which I have with the members of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. So if you're interested in joining us as an Aussie Online Entrepreneurs, then you can click on the link below to find out a lot more about that. And also, as a special thank you for watching this video, I've got a great book that I want to give you for free. It's a current bestseller on Amazon, and it teaches you everything that you would need to know about starting a business here in Australia on Amazon. So you can see that just up there. So if you'd like to get a copy of that for free, then again, just click on the link below and you'll get a copy of that. You'll get taken to a page where you can get a copy of that for absolutely free. Hope you enjoyed that little snippet from one of my Aussie Online Entrepreneur Q&A sessions, and make sure that you subscribe to my channel and also like this video. And if you've got a question that you would like answering, then post it in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer it, whether on one of these videos for you or directly in the comments directly below. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time on the next of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs Amazon FBA Australia videos. See you soon.